Got me with the
Got your ass
super
with a
jab.
Zab Judah. Nigga
Super jab.
had the fucking wobbly legs when he got hit with it. Your ass probably up in that. Ah,
Hey,
Zab
I ain't gonna
Judah.
lie. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
people playing. Zab Judah was taller than a bitch.
Taller. He was short.
Nah, the Zab Judah noodle legs. How tall was he? I could have sworn that nigga was like six
Nah,
something.
nah.
Or
You
was
know
that
how?
somebody
Okay,
else?
you probably confusing with somebody else. Nigga was like Floyd height or shorter. You know how we like to talk about astrology, right? So when I watch that, it's like the Pisces versus the Scorpio, because you know Zab was Scorpio. So like they was basically like really similar. And Zab hopped on Floyd. Like it was competitive early, but you know, Floyd do what Floyd do. I think that's the fight the corners actually got into it. Like they hopped in the ring and all type of stuff.
Twan. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know what it
Zab like
is, but
five, but Zab like 5'7", 5'8", 5'6".
oh, okay, he a little guy. Well, I
Yeah.
ain't say a little guy, but
Well, yeah,
I'm the
right.
biggest 5'6" nigga you'll ever see. I don't even respect the other short niggas. That's how big of a nigga I am.
You really 6'5".
Yeah,
The
for
doctors got it
sure.
wrong. No, we got it
Doctors got
wrong.
it. Yeah,
We
yeah.
got it wrong.
Yo, y'all eyes is wrong. There's something wrong with y'all
Yeah,
eyes, man.
yeah, a stigmatism or something, man.
Twan, we finna get into that, bro. Yeah, you probably gonna hate me after today, cause I'm
Who
sick of
torn?
A Rod.
Who torn?
Oh, in the comments,
What torn say?
he said,
What's up,
you know
torn?
how A Rod started the regular season off though, and he said he had the Niners winning. Me too. I wanted A Rod to win because in my head, Twan, I feel like, bro, you and switch conferences and you get to play them. You know what I'm saying? Again, you ain't beat this team in 4 tries, bro. Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick, Jimmy Garoppolo. You ain't beat this team in 4 tries, bro. And then you get to play them again with Mr. Irrelevant, pick 256. You get your ass whooped, and people be like, "Oh, he ain't play that bad. He ain't play that bad." I don't care what nobody say, bro. The narrative is, bro, he can't beat this one team. Like this,
His
literally
hometown team.
one team, bro.
His
No matter
hometown
the
team.
no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, no matter whatever, bro, he just can't beat this team, bro. Like he just
Right?
can't beat this team. I don't know what it is about the Niners, but he refuses to beat them. He'll throw 90-yard Hail Mary passes on the money versus the Cowboys. And then he played the Niners and turn into, I ain't even gonna do our quarterbacks from Limestone like that, but put it this way. yeah,
Oh Lord, you ain't even had to. You basically
I
did. You
yeah,
basically.
I did, but I did. You feel me? But
Oh man, which one? Which one?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. And he played decent, but you could tell he old, bro. I told people this, bro. He was moving slower than dog water. If you watch that whole first half, that man could not get away from the pass rush to save his life, bro. Like I was looking at it because Brock Purdy would be in similar situations where they get that pressure on him, and you could just tell he young, bro. Like he'll, bend all the way back and move and find somebody. You know what I mean? Whereas like when I saw them get that pressure on A Rod, bro, it just looked like he was moving in quicksand, bro. Like
So that
it's
goes
not
back
the
to
A Rod I
yeah,
seen. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how they'll do that little spin out, like
yeah,
that
yeah.
little
I know what you're
spin
saying.
out where it's like quick, no matter how old they get. Like, cause even when Romo broke his collarbone and sprained ankle, he still had that little spin out where he could buy just a little second. A Rod couldn't even, it looked like it was uncomfortable for him to do some of the moves and the stuff in the pocket. You know what I mean? Whereas you could tell like he still got his skill, like you know what I mean? But just some of the other things, bro, to where he could, like I told you, in the beginning of the game when it's 0-0, 7 threes. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the things you got to continue to do so you continue to increase your percentage of what Booby say, the 1%. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like these are the things that I be trying to tell people that to the untrained eye, you just really wouldn't think about that. But I'm thinking about the 1% better every play. You feel me? And those are some of the times where he didn't get 1% better. It just looked like he was 40 years old. You know what I mean? Like when you
Right.
start saying shit like, "Oh, that wasn't bad for a 40-year-old," oh, it's time for you to retire, bro. Because
Right.
the standard is the standard. Whether LeBron 40, 50, that nigga balled out last year. Like for whatever age you could be 19, nigga. You could have 15. If you had the stats LeBron James had last year, you was an all-star. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, right, right. He's
of
still
course
doing
we
it.
go,
He's still doing it. He's still
yeah,
doing
we
it.
gonna say
Yeah.
like, oh, he doing it at 40. You know what I'm saying? But
But
at the
he's
end of
still
the,
doing it.
he doing it. Like
Right.
it's still like,
That would be
bro, this
good for
nigga one of the
any.
best. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be good for any age at any
any
given time.
age. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Versus when you see somebody like, oh man, he did the thing at
So
like,
I didn't see the game. Was he really that bad? Because now what I'm thinking is there any other team that would
I ain't gonna
take
say,
him?
you know me, I nitpick.
Right, right.
To the naked eye, it's gonna look like he decent. He doing
Hmm.
good,
Right,
especially if you
right. Of
look at the
course.
stat sheet: 262, couple touchdowns. But if you watch that game, bro, it was literally, bro, he was just old, bro. He just looked old. You feel me? Like
So that it kind of is interesting because on the last episode, go ahead.
no, because I, people would think that, oh, I want him to be his prime self again, 2012 A-Rod or whatever. Nah, I don't want him at his peak, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, still the standard of
So
A-Rod.
so
You know
so
what I mean?
unpack it just for us, right? Uh, Last show we talked about Lamar Jackson being able to scat and Mahomes. We talked about the pocket passer. So let's try to tie
Tank,
that into it. If he was a pocket passer, he's restricted to that. Was the arm not working? Like where's the balance between
no,
the fast quarterback and the one that's like molasses?
the arm is semi still working in a sense. Like what
The
the
arm is
passes,
even a step slower. Was he not
I ain't gonna
zinging
say
it?
it's a step slower, but when it come to some of them A-Rod passes where he running left and throwing back right,
Oh, right.
or them shit's
Yeah,
dying. You
right,
feel like
right,
that's what I'm saying. The shit that made him magical because
right,
what people fail to realize when we be like, oh, I want him to be a fraction of what he used to be, but don't realize like a part of their game, you know what I'm saying? 100% part of their game is the the stuff you can't teach when
right.
they looking
Above the
left and
X's and
you know
O's.
what I mean, above the X's and O's. Because once you dial them back to an average player, like who's to say they go be good? Like you get, how can I put this?
He's
If
done
you
one
turn
thing
a
for
Aaron
two. Yeah,
Rodgers, yeah, if you turn a Aaron Rodgers into a Jimmy Garoppolo, it won't. People would think that, oh, Aaron Rodgers would just be a better version of Jimmy Garoppolo if you made them do the same thing. But in return, that nigga Aaron Rodgers might suck, making him like
yeah.
completely
Because
dumb.
because even on a human element of it, like he's been playing for 20 years doing it one way, and now you have one season doing it this way. So you never know. You are what you do repeatedly. If you used to playing sandlot ball at a high level and you can't run around and do the Frank Tarkenton,
That's
you
why
know.
right now, not to jump subjects too quick, that's why even though people talking about this, Justin Herbert being with Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman might elevate his career now because he came into the league gun ho, passing it all over the field. You see what I'm saying? But they wasn't winning because the coaching he was getting wasn't there.
Right.
Now he would have coached that's super conservative, right? So now
Hmm.
he gonna learn all between the ear stuff. What can I do with 20 attempts versus 40 attempts a game?
Right.
Like so
Be
he
more
finna figure
efficient.
all of this out in year 4. He gotta figure all of this out versus like what you said, going 20 straight years of playing a certain way of how I play. And
Mm.
then year 21 is when after injury too. This is when I might, and it's not saying that they doing that, but you know what I mean? Like just
So
saying if he do have to scale back.
how big of a deciding factor is that on a player's career? Because a lot of these times, like Bryce Young right now, a lot of people throwing that
Mhm.
bus label out there. But at the same time, what if he don't have the proper coaching, or he doesn't have? You see, what if he's stuck with the who was Mike McCoy used to coach the Chargers? Whoever the
Oh,
last coach was.
Staley.
Staley, yeah. What
Yeah.
what if he got a Staley, like like how much does that weigh on if a player's career pans out how it's supposed to pan out, and
Oh
if it
yeah,
doesn't?
coaching, and for quarterbacks for sure, coaching and situation definitely will make or break a quarterback. You know what I
So
mean?
is
Like,
it fair to call? Well, I guess it is what it is. The results
yeah, it
of
is what it is. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know Bryce my dog, man. You know I love Bryce to death. One of the best quarterbacks I've seen come through Bama. I think he the best one. But him in the NFL, dog, it's looking bad, bro. It's not like he don't have the arm talent to play in the NFL. He do, hands down. It's the other shit. Like literally, they blitzed the DB off the edge, bro. And Bryce tried to do the little spin out, bro, and he could not. Like, bro, it was a cornerback, bro. Like, literally wrapped him up like he was a little child and put him on the ground. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, I've seen quarterbacks like Russell Westbrook, Alex Smith, even. You know what I mean? And they break out that shit. It's like
just
the
think he's
little
too
stuff
small.
that's go. Yeah, it's like the little stuff he has to do, the 1% to
Hmm.
make this team look competent. Like,
Hmm.
because say what you want, even with CJ Stroud, he still made some plays. Like, whereas like if he don't make this play, they don't move the sticks or what. Like that's what I'm saying. Like as quarterback, it comes a point in time where it's like, oh shit, yeah, I see like why you QB1. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you that was a great play. And
And
it's
now we're
like,
talking about consistency, whereas are you able to do this? I see.
he showed flashes, like you'll see it like throughout the game where it's like, oh shit, he can. And it's just like he don't chain it together, bro. It's like in the NFL to be great, they say you gotta win 7 out of 10 times, bro. And that's just to make the team.
But what's around him? Honestly,
I mean, shit, bro.
I mean, outside of Leggett, I can't
Deontay
think of.
Johnson,
He came from Pittsburgh,
mm-hmm. Adam Thielen.
but these aren't. I want to be careful with my words. He needs like a bona fide, like Deontay Johnson and them seem like they
No,
accent.
I get what you saying, but it's like
And then if not even a receiver, like a bona fide player, it just seemed like it's Bryce Young and a bunch of other rookies and
I feel that.
players that may fit with other stars. You see what I'm saying?
Antoine said a table setter.
A,
I feel that. Like,
a table setter? What do you mean?
yeah, maybe like if you got like a D Hop or something, like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
might
okay,
make.
yeah, right. A table setter, right. You need somebody that's going to set a certain step. Bryce is seeing all this for the first time, and if everybody else around him is seeing it for the first time or ain't that player to rally people, I just think he's in a bad situation too, bro. I don't know in the details of Carolina's situation, but I that's the problem. I can't tell you who else, you know?
I think he in a bad situation too, man. But it's like when I watch that game, cause see, you know me, Javon. I watch that shit on a different way. That's why I judge when people talk about the game. That's why I judge. You know what I'm saying? Because are you watching it how I'm watching it? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, are you doing the same shit? Like when the
Attention to
quarterback
detail.
first walk out there, I'm looking at the safeties. Then I'm trying to see what a Mike linebacker is. Then I want to see what front they in. You know, I'm doing all the same shit, and I'm seeing like, is he doing the same shit? You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm looking at it from a different angle, but at the end of the day, I can mental have checks in my head to see is he checking off the same shit because football uniform. Whether I'm looking at it from broadcast or all 22, you supposed to see how many safeties they got, see where them DBs standing there, how far off the ball they is, find out where that middle linebacker is to help out for the double team, and figure out what that 1 and 3 technique is. You already know that's top down selling. You already know that, Javon. This is
Hmm.
it over and over. We do this over and over. You know what I mean?
And with
And
so
I'm
many routes to
wondering
run.
exactly. So I'm wondering, you know what I'm saying? Is because when you small, bro, like you not seeing like I had did this with my homie Rashawn, and he was like, "Damn, I never understood." He said I never understood that part of it. You feel me? He was like, "We just see them throwing the ball, but we got a fence out here, and that fence probably about 6'5", 6'6", And I was telling him, I was like, this is what I see right here when I'm out there playing football with y'all. He was like, wait, what? I was like, squat down. And he was like, yeah, you see these little holes in the fence right here? That's like what when y'all run them crossing routes and shit, that's the vision I got of y'all. I'm seeing you in parts go through a body. You feel me? He was like, damn, dog. He was like, that really is a skill. I was like, yeah. Now when you look out there where that truck at, that's a deep route. I could see you. I could see you all the way now because you so far down the field, you pass these fat boys. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to a quarterback like Bryce, you got to think about that shit. That's on top of is he getting all the reads? He has to figure out how to get the ball to them because he ain't the biggest. Like, dude, like I saw it, bro. Like it just
I
looked
think that's
unfun
still
for him, bro. It was
that's
just unfun.
because bro, you are all of those things. You are quote unquote undersized, and then you're playing with people that can't even match that. You know what I mean? Like Drew Brees was undersized, but they built a team that where he
Yeah.
had weapon scheme, or at least the people. They need some stars on the O line or a veteran presence,
But I will
something.
say this: the only reason why I say Drew Brees get tricky, he never had like top 10 receivers and shit on his team. Well, Jimmy
No,
Graham, but
but there was
they
always
did fit.
somebody.
You
Yeah,
right, you right. They did fit. They was
and
either
I'll
tall,
give you
Marcus
this.
Colston.
I I give you this too. Even I'm hard on the Texans and stuff, but one thing I will give C.J. Stroud and I can give Drew Brees is like his receivers became stars with him or by virtue of him. Like I didn't know who Tank Dell was. I
Right.
didn't even really know who Nico Collins was. But after they linked up and formed that trio, now you're starting to hear the names, so they growing
Mhm.
together. So it is something about getting there and elevating. But then again, the Texans have to know something about Tank Dell, C.J. Stroud, request. So I,
Tank bid nice.
yeah,
He just got the Devontae
yeah,
Smith
like
treatment because he didn't go to
right.
Alabama. So you got to remember, like, if
He
somebody
flew under
say
the
you too
radar a little bit.
skinny, somebody say you too skinny, Devontae Smith at least had a well shit. I was at Alabama, even though I'm
Right, right,
greatest.
right,
You know what I mean? He at least got that going for him. When you go
right.
somewhere like Houston, he went to he started out at Alabama A&M. Shouts out to HBCU. Tank Dale started out at Alabama A&M, balled the fuck out. Excuse my language. Transferred to Houston, did his thing again. You feel me? And he in
Yeah,
the league,
I didn't,
but
I don't want to mean no slight to Tank, but it's just,
no. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's just
yeah,
I get
he's becoming a
yes.
household name
Yeah.
off of, but
Yeah,
teaming up
Quan,
with,
he was in the SWAT. Yeah, he
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah. I was so juiced when I found that out, bro. Cause I still feel like even though he didn't finish at a HBCU, because you got to do what's best for your career, bro. I still feel like HBCU gave him that opportunity to show that he can perform at a high level. You feel me? To get him
Hmm.
more film. You know what I mean? It was just
Got to play
used
your
it
cards.
play your cards, bro. I had nothing wrong with that, bro. But shouts out to Tank, bro. Like I'm rocking with him. You know what I mean? And like you said, CJ did elevate him because like he's actually looking for him. You know what I mean? To
Right.
for him to be able to put his skill on display. But Tank, nothing short of magnificent. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep, yep, yep. Hey man, but getting back to the point before we
Yeah.
move on, like I was pulling for the Panthers, but I thought Leggett may have been able to be a Tank Dell for Bryce Young. He still may be. I hope they can turn it around. Like I really do. I gotta watch more of their games, but there's nothing I need to watch because when I was watching the little ticker at the bottom, I'm watching Miami and Jacksonville. The game's just started. It's already 10-0 first quarter. So I was like, yeah. When
It
I
ain't
saw
went three
10
and out.
nothing,
Yeah, they was hot. They was hot, bro. They was steaming hot. Derek Carr was on one. Hey,
mm,
people don't want to talk about their performance. That boy balled out. He looked like a top 5 quarterback that day. We
hmm.
know the car wreck finna happen, but shit, when that motherfucker on the freeway, boy, that motherfucker drive good, boy. You would be a lie to say Derek Carr not a good when he hot. We talking about quarterbacks when they own. Like, and we just compare all the quarterbacks when they own. Carr at the top, like for us on
But
a
that's
hot
that thing
night.
we talked about though, consistency.
Right, of course,
Consistency,
of
you know?
course. Yeah, most definitely. Um, honestly, before, well, yeah, we could get into this game real quick, bro. We could get into this game.
What's happening?
The one that just happened, bro. With the Niners and Arod. Oh my gosh, bro. They
Are we
look
really that surprised at that though? Like on paper, my feeling is if I hear that
but
game, I'm not surprised at the result because the Jets,
I don't
they're
know.
there, but they're not on the Niners level. And this is not even if I see them playing again later in the season, I can see the Jets doing better. I mean, it's still early, so the teams with the pedigree gonna really, are we really that surprised? That's how I feel about it.
I mean, the reason why I'm low key, cause bro, I just
But
feel
what was the
like,
final
man,
score, by the way? Because again, I missed the game.
1932.
Apologies. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That's about right. And it always takes offenses a little longer. And Aaron Rodgers not playing with them, and they got new offensive linemen. I say give us some time.
But
He just
shit,
coming off an
the Niners
Achilles
had
too.
the Niners had more issues. Shit, they left tackle held out. What's my boy Trent Williams? Ayuk held out for a contract. You know what I mean? I would have thought they would have been. That's why I had the Jets actually winning because I thought for a fact with majority of them boys holding out, going through all that BS, that the Niners was gonna be a little more rusty. You see what I'm
Just
saying?
like just like we would have thought that Tyreek getting jammed up and put on the concrete before the
Yeah.
game would have. Like
Tell me about
they
it.
are who we thought they were. Like the reason Trent Williams and you can do that is because they're still the 49ers. Like you don't get away
Exactly.
from that identity and that blueprint. The Jets were a theory the whole time. If
I was
Aaron
wrong. You
Rodgers
was
was
right,
there,
Javon. I want to say this real quick.
what's
Tyreek,
that?
I'm sorry, bro. I ain't know your body like that, bro. My bad. I did not know your body like that, bro.
Hey, hey, hey,
That
they
man
are
really
who we
was.
thought they were.
That boy
Like,
scored that last touchdown and made Water arrest him. I said, "Oh man,
yeah,
this
yeah,
man is
yeah, yeah,
he's a freak
yeah,
on the loose right now.
yeah,
This nigga's
yeah.
a freak on the loose in the
Do this.
NFL, bro. It
He
looked
does
like
it
he
for
was
fun.
playing Little League, bro. It looked like he was on easy mode in it. I don't think people understand how crazy that is to make the NFL look
Well,
like,
let me say this. Let me say this. And this is my little section right here because I
yeah,
did
because
say a
I
lot.
know it was on your Jags. I ain't gonna say, you know what I
No,
mean?
no, 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 no. Hold on, hold on. But see, this is, and I thought about this with Trevor Lawrence too, right? The stat line will say something like 12 for 20 for like 200 and like a touchdown, right? But tools will say 32, 23, or 36 for 336. But if you really watch that game, like BTJ had like a 60, 70-yard bomb that Jalen Ramsey had to do a pass interference. So that's 70 yards off of Trevor Lawrence's stat line. But they did get the touchdown by virtue of that. So those are things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Christian Kirk dropped two 20-yard passes wide open, just not like him, just dropped them. But when we go back to the table, they'll put those numbers on the table and be like, this ain't a franchise quarterback right here. But you got to understand the ebbs and flows of the game. The Jaguars dominated that game for 40 minutes. Miami, three and out, three and out, three and out. They said, yeah, for
Um,
real. Like, and nobody really watches Jacksonville outside of the people who do and the team, the fan base. So you're just looking at this stat line, you'll think Tua balled out. Tua was terrible yesterday. Jalen Waddle broke one for 60 and Tyreek had one for 140. You take that 140-yard stat line off, he was under 200 yards passing. And the game up until those points, this is what happened. ETN is breaking free about to score a touchdown. Javon Holland makes a beautiful play. Superman. I mean, he just. When I saw it, I was just like, that's just a great play, bro. But if that doesn't happen, it's 24-7 going into the fourth. That's how bad. So everything I said yesterday was exactly right. But I'll say this: that game for Jacksonville was our whole season last year in one game. We go up 17-7, clicking on all cylinders, shutting the Dolphins down, and then we don't score another point the second. It's like it's crazy, but that ETN was the dagger, and that's what we talked about too. That one play would have changed the whole thing because right after he fumbles and the Dolphin recover, the next play Tyreek for 80. Man, that defense was on the field for too long, man. It's 100 degrees out there running around them track athletes all day. So
Yeah. And
I,
A Chain was buzzing at the back. Y'all shut him down running the ball. Like I said, like
he kept
we,
getting this little one play. They
yeah,
kept like
yeah,
flaring
at
it.
the backfield. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
getting them annoying plays at the backfield, bro. Like
You hear what you just said? Annoying epitomizes the. It's two teams that I'll now say that are annoying. I saw Lamar live when we did that little 2 point conversion to win last year. The
Mhm.
Ravens were so frustrated, bro. Frustrating because you'll shut them down like at the pro level, and then they'll get like a fullback dive or like Lamar just running for his life, and then they get 30 yards out of it. The Dolphins are the same way in a different regard. We shut them down all day yesterday, and all it takes is one. All
because
it takes is
they
one.
got a bunch of speed. It's smart, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Because
like you
he
can't
need
even be mad. You
with
can't
a
even
weak
be
arm
mad.
quarterback, he in game planned around it. So guess what I'm gonna do? Everybody will think, why would you get all these fast receivers and he ain't got that arm to have them for that situation right there?
And I tell you the
Them
detail.
annoying plays
Yeah,
where I could just
but
run
but but
around.
also with that,
Scramble.
go ahead. My bad.
You remember when the ball fumbled and Tyreek Hill picked it up? Like
Right,
Tua fumbled, it was like a strip sacker. I couldn't remember.
and
No,
he just.
somebody ran the ball. Anyway, they dropped the ball and Tyreek picked it up and I was just like, yeah, bro.
But here go the X's and O's that I learned when we can't just. I had to get the Dolphins credit because Mike McDaniel's outsmarted Ryan Nielsen yesterday. That Waddle catch, like it's like Tyreek ran deep and came in, and our safety he was baiting him the whole game. He was setting it up, and our safety fell for it and bit on it, and Tua held it perfectly and just. So Mike McDaniel sat there that whole time. Like it was looking rough, but I noticed he had his little gold frames on with the gold ring. Hey, Miami Vice style just chilling the whole time. So he plopped this up, and at one time, bam, that's all they need. So if I build my team to do that, and I do that, I gotta say salute to Miami, man. That was a good game.
On the pick three parlay, man,
Hmm. I'm
I
2-1.
lost the fucking Commanders. Yeah, me, I went 2-1 too, man. Like
Commanders messed you up.
Commanders, man.
I'm sorry. Did you pick them to win or just cover?
Both.
Wow. Who they play again? I forgot.
Butter Mayfield. Well, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Baker Mayfield. Baker
nah, nah,
Mayfield balled
nah.
out, bro. That
Fam,
game, he went
fam.
crazy. He
You
butter.
must have picked that game for like a wild card pick because bam, again, the same thing with the Jets and the 49ers. You picked a team that's in theory. The Commanders have Jaden Daniels now, but we've never
Yeah,
seen what that's gonna be. It still has to mature.
we definitely didn't see what it was on Sunday. Shit. I
But
was
I'm
like,
saying we already knew what the bucket. Well, I knew because they tore our ass up last year. I was a believer ever since then. Baker Mayfield was never a bad quarterback, man. He was just, he had to find his way, I guess. And he
I
still got
mean,
Mike
shit.
Evans.
24 for 30, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Good God. That boy
Smoky,
Butter went crazy. That boy
smoky.
smoked the Commanders, boy. He smoked them.
And
Like,
who did the Commanders have on defense? Because they let all their defensive linemen go, didn't they?
oh, they got Bobby Wagner. Oh yeah,
No
it's
disrespect for Bobby, but Bobby's kind of older now, right?
Payne. They still got Darren Payne, Fedari and Mathis. They got a couple of, they try to be Alabama pretty
They don't
bad.
have any. They don't have anybody that I would look
Jonathan
at.
Allen, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, respect, respect. But yeah, I mean, but the Buccaneers was sizzling last year, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess, bro.
I mean, I can't fault you for the pick because the
I
Commanders
didn't
could have
want to.
came out and
Yeah,
he could have been RG3.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to believe, man. I didn't want to believe Baker Mayfield had a change of heart.
Why?
Cause, bro, it's Butter Mayfield, bro. You had Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., fucking Nick Chubb, a younger Nick Chubb,
I
less
didn't like how he
ridiculous Nick
did
Chubb.
Hugh. Remember that coach that was there? What was that coach that was there?
Oh, Hugh
My
Jackson.
guy. Yeah,
Hugh
I didn't
Jackson.
like how he did Hugh Jackson when he was there. And ever since then, I had like, like a little side eye for Baker Mayfield or whatever you want to say.
Hugh
I
Jackson
like
for
the
sure. Actually, he liked Baker Mayfield. I guess he.
yeah, but Baker Mayfield was disrespectful to that guy just because he didn't start him immediately. Like this man could have been probably looking out for you. The quarterback that came before you needed to be coached along. Like
I'm one of
I
the
don't
people that think that quarterbacks don't need to start as a rookie. No way.
shit.
Um,
I'd go 4 or 5 years if I could.
yeah, at least one or two, bro. Because shit, bro, NFL is just so much different than college, boy. Like it, I
The
feel
Aaron
like
Rodgers way was the best way to do that.
hmm
And
and
you had three quarterbacks in
Packers got it right.
45 years. Right.
Yeah, the Packers got it right. They
If
well,
you could have the Steelers coaching with the Packers quarterback pedigree, like you'd have something great, man. In the Patriot way, I guess.
yeah. Unfortunately, shit,
Right, right.
he ended up beating Joe Burrow. I didn't see that coming. That fucked my parlay up bad.
Could that Jamar Chase situation be that bad? Like, what happened? I didn't see that game. I was watching my
Yo,
own team.
I don't know, man. Like he missed one with Gasicki. That Gasicki catch wasn't a catch because he dropped it in the back of the end zone. That was a great pass, and they end up stopping them.
Oh,
It
he
was
plays
just
for the
like they,
Bengals now? Jaceki?
yeah.
Okay,
It was
go
like
ahead.
they'll be like that close to scoring, and then something happen, bro. I don't think there's nothing to worry about, honestly.
Right.
Burrow. I mean, who knows, bro? It'd be hard to tell for me.
Yeah,
To
because
me, Burrow didn't look that bad, bro. It
I
was
could
just
honestly see the Bengals like having a down because they got the T Higgins thing, they got the Jamar Chase thing. Joe Burrow dyed his hair blonde. He don't know if he want to be Slim Shady or
yeah.
you know what I mean.
I
Like
think normally they do because I think the other a couple years back they start off like 0-2 or something. They do start slow. I just think they're just a slow starting team.
same thing with the Raiders. Can we say that? Like I'm not that they messed up my parlay, but I'm not that alarmed at what happened because they seem like that team to make a late push in the end and scrap it together. You know what I mean? Some teams you don't need to worry.
I think they lose to the Chiefs next week though. The Bengals do.
Yeah, they could very well start off 1-3 and then go on a quiet little run and then be in the talks at the end of it, and they're relying on Burrow to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and them Raiders with Gardner Minshew, bro, it's over with.
Well,
That might they play all year with Gardner Minshew.
yeah, but Pierce ain't gonna sit there and let that happen. You know what I mean? He'll put Aiden O'Connell in his you know, he'll make a change.
I don't know what they was thinking. Well, I mean, I know what they was thinking. They ain't had no choice because the Falcons got Michael Penix, and that's looking like he finna play sooner than later.
Mm,
I don't know how Kirk Cousins sit up there. I mean, it is the Steelers, boy. They was putting that pressure on Kirk Cousins' ass, boy. I ain't gonna
nah,
lie, they
nah,
did.
nah, 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 bam, bam, bam.
I
I
ain't
don't
gonna
know.
lie. TJ Watt was on. Hey, TJ Watt was on one though. Them boys was
Yeah,
making some plays. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn.
right. They had a party.
They, but at the same time, though, Torn, we finna get into that later. Shit, I don't even know if Vegas wants Shea Dewar. Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, don't get him started on that. Oh, that
Them
mercy.
niggas, them niggas, them niggas, bad, bro. It's that whole team over there. I don't know what the fuck going on over there, and I don't know what's going on over there in Colorado.
You know what's funny though, man? The feeling I got is like maybe they did it to themselves, but we just need to be realistic sometimes. He took over the Colorado Buffaloes. The fact that we even expect him to be in games is amazing after year two. Why don't we give things 3, 4 years before we start saying we don't know? Like, why does it always have to be as soon as I get there or the next year after that? You know, like back in the day when I was growing up, Peyton Manning was not that good his first couple of years. I'm talking about having seasons where he was throwing 29 interceptions and all type of stuff. but it took 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years for us to see the pick. Like do you feel like sometimes we just expect too much too soon, and then if they don't do it, we end things prematurely?
No, I ain't gonna lie though. He put it on himself. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
that's one thing, but okay, he put it on himself, but still, do we? This could be a 3, 4, 5 year rebuild. Like it takes that sometimes because you got to go get your skilled people. You got to go get this. Then the next year you might focus on linemen. Like it. Yeah, I,
all I'm saying is, I feel what you saying. If he was winning the games he's supposed to win
but he wasn't
last
supposed
year,
to win against Nebraska, right?
well, I don't know. They got a
I mean,
freshman.
I listen to you on that one though.
Yeah, they got a freshman. So this is of course we. If you look at it, it's like, oh, Dylan Raiola. You feel me? It's like, yeah, they do got Dylan Raiola, but it's like this is year two, year three, because he pretty much bought all the good players from Jackson State there. Got some more portal players, over 250 transactions through the portal, all that shit out of all of that. This year again, we got some more portal, some more good recruits, more coaches. Add Warren Sapp, T.O., all of these coaches. You feel me? And it still looked like last year.
But
Like,
it takes more time in that, Bam. You just said it. Like he brought
but
in new
but
coaches. Like
but
two
this is
years, bro.
but he choosing to bring these new coaches in.
But he's seeing things and he's making improvements. He's striking when he can. You know, now I'm gonna relate this to rap. The greatest album of all time, Illmatic. You know they were rushing him, they were pressuring him to like release that album, and he took like a year or two to write it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like especially in a time like this where our attention span is this big, I think we just expect too much too soon. Let that man cook, man. And we need to stop expecting so much too soon because that's what put the pressure on these people to fire these people so fast. You know what I mean? Like let them build. What if it
All I'm
was it? What?
saying,
Yeah.
Nick Saban took over Alabama. Alabama was a 6-6 football team. That boy Nick
Yes,
Saban
sir.
went 7-6 his first year.
Yes,
Got
sir.
recruits up in there the next year. They go 12-2. Then they
Yes,
go
sir.
13-0.
But I
But
think the crucial point, what I started with, he took over Colorado. They hasn't been good since I was a little boy and I was watching
but
Bobby
Bama
Purify and
good
Chris
since
Brown.
'92, Javon.
But
And we
they,
was
that,
coming off a
but
15-year probation.
Bama, that's Bama. I don't care if your probation was 20 years. You still got the legacy of Bear Bryant in them, boy. Like, that's Bama. You get a Nick Saban and then the probation over. What movie say? I got it. He didn't take over like
He need to figure out
Colorado.
how to talk. He need to figure out how to talk to them racist white boys, because he need them big country racist white boys in the trenches, man. Like, them
Them
old
road
liners
graders.
got not doing it, bro. Like, he need them big ass corn husker ass white boys, bro. Like what Nebraska got. That's why they was on him, bro. That big number 0 was on Shador ass, boy. Oh my god, bro. That big white boy is physical, boy. That's what I'm
Mm.
saying. They need them old big country corn fed white boys in the trenches, bro. Because if you look at them, I saw them live, bro. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell people, bro. I saw them live, bro, and it looked like our limestone front seven was bigger than them.
Mm.
Chasing them, Rodri and them.
Right.
Like, they look small, Javon. Like, one dude played DN and he was like their best player. Little buddy looked like 6 foot 5'11".
Mm. So Dion is an expert at recruiting skill players, but just not so much the trenches.
And that's what it take to win ball games. Cause that's what I'm saying. Nebraska, I mean, their running back's cool, but I'm just saying with their front seven they got, I mean their front five they got, like, you don't even really gotta be that good, especially when you go up against teams like Colorado. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I
Coach Prime will figure it out in the off season if there is an off season
I
for him.
told people this. I told people this. Believe it or not, Coach Palmer do a lot better at Florida State. They need to get rid of Norvell from over there.
Yeah, because you hear what you just said. There's a certain level, even from when you go to Colorado to Florida State. Like he basically took over. Like, come on, man. Like that matters. You got to cycle all these players, and you got to see who stick, who can do. Like I say, give it 5 years, man. It should be year five what we see. Year four.
Oh yeah, he gone after this year. Then I think he got to go to Florida State. Norvell losing, DJU looking like
Man, I
fucking
don't even want to
McDonald's
talk about
worker.
that. I don't even want to
That
talk
boy
about
is
that.
horrible.
You know that's my team.
That boy horrible. DJU horrible, man.
Yeah, I knew that since he was at Clemson.
Oh wow. Oh, that boy finna be flipping burger patties soon.
Man, my season, my college enthusiasm was over the first week, and it was doubled down on the second week. So I
Nah,
don't
cause
even want to talk
I
about
thought that
college.
was like just the first week, man. They got y'all over there in Germany and all that bullshit. So I'm like, yeah, it's hard for kids to adapt. I was like, it's no way they lose to Boston College actually at home.
Yeah, yeah.
And that nigga said,
Boston
you know,
College
I
got
had to
Bill
double
O'Brien up there.
it. That nigga said, you know, I had to
The
double
double
it.
red. Yeah, they
Bill
did that.
O'Brien a terrorist, man.
I know, but he up there
That boy ruined Houston, went over to Alabama, ruined Alabama.
and found his way to Boston.
Mm.
So it's a match.
Nah, DJU worse than Kelly, that other quarterback that was there, number two, that Trevor Lawrence took his spot.
Oh,
He worse than
yeah.
him.
I don't like talking about nobody, but I never been a fan of him. I can't even. I never learned how
Nah,
to
they
say
get
his name.
paid now. This is fair game. This is fair game. They get paid now.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't like talking about college students until they start making more money than anybody else. Yeah, we about to
How do
really
you say his
get
name?
real.
How you
Uh
say his name?
Ungalalele.
That's pretty cool, but I
Yeah,
never
hell
was
yeah.
impressed with him.
Dope name. But
Yeah,
not a quarterback. Maybe he should play defensive end.
he is
That would
pretty
be
big.
nice. Or tight end. Tight
He
end
always
is
just
probably
seemed he always just seemed big and lethargic.
yeah. Kind of like a TJ Finley. TJ Finley just like that.
I was gonna say he remind me of like EJ Manuel.
Hmm, I can
Like
see that.
he had the size and he can obviously throw, but it was just not like a killer instinct there.
Yeah, Logan Thomas. Oh my gosh.
Who
Yeah.
said that?
Antoine. He was like he like a Logan Thomas.
Hey, we gonna have to bring Twan on for a little special appearance, man. Twan rocking with us heavy. What else we got going on, man?
People hating on Alabama. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk about this real quick too, because this is how I feel.
I wanted to ask you
Um,
about that too.
we had the honor coach Saban. There was a lot going on. It was a lot going on this past Saturday. It's now called Saban Field at
Hmm.
Bryant Denny Stadium now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They named the field after him. You feel
Hmm.
me? But as we was honoring Nick Saban, we was in a yeah, you can pretty much say a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? It was 14-13 all the way until the fourth quarter, where
Hmm.
Alabama scored 28 points to South Florida's 3, which everybody just like, oh, Alabama finna go on to lose 4 games. But I mean,
Nah,
shit,
nah.
bro.
This is week one, man. And the competition in college football, it just keeps increasing and increasing. You know what I mean? Football is getting ever more popular year by year. And then the thing about it is, man, let me ask you this. Would you say there's a large percentage of Floridians on Alabama's roster or not so much?
Yes and no.
Because it's like sometimes them boys coming up from South Florida and they looking at playing with people, some of their peers and people they know and stuff. Like they you finna get your best game, and they halfway decent or they on the come up at least. They never been like complete trash. So them boys just came out there and gave a good game, and it's a
Yeah, they
new
gave a good
coaching.
game last year when we had played South
You
Florida.
see, matchups matter. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's a new regime in Alabama. So me personally, I was
I wasn't
excited.
tripping.
Yeah, I was excited at watching the game. Like, oh snap! Like I like to see underdogs come up. So it's not that I want to see Bama lose. It was just like, oh, this is interesting. But when they
Yeah,
pulled away, it's like, okay, it's still Bama. Like they did what they did what they had to do to win the game. I'll say that. And they could have very well not have done it, and we could have been talking about something different. So it ain't much to talk about, in my
bro. It
opinion.
was the same way when we had played. Who was that? Murray State. We
Hmm.
was were we up on them like 21-14 or 21-20, and then the end of the game it was 42-21 or 42-28, bro. Like,
Right.
I
So it's
mean,
something you got to ask yourself: what is it about that's unique about the Bama team that can pull away or figure something out in a hurry in the latter parts of the game when it counts? So that's a mark of a good team. They have an
the
identity,
coaching. Yeah,
coaching, conditioning. It could be a whole lot of stuff, depth. But
we gotta
whatever
just
it
clean up.
is,
We gotta clean up the little shit, bro. We still kind of like sloppy for us with penalties, bro.
what
Like
is this week?
that's
Week two? Week two?
week two, really
It's
week
week
one,
two,
because they played. Who did they play at the beginning? I played Western Kentucky. They first
right?
game. I mean, Western Kentucky a good school, whatever, but I mean, I feel like this is more of a legit D1 team right here.
Right.
Uh, so
Ain't
I
nothing
don't
to
know,
worry about, man.
nothing to worry about for real.
People want to
Thursday,
see the evil empire fall, man. That's all.
I know, bro. That's why I'll be like, bro, it be weird. Antoine, I've been telling people this. So now I can completely like break this down now. When I explain to people like the intermediate passing game, right? Like that's how you can decipher who's a better quarterback from the next man, because short passes just speak to play call and just getting the ball out quick. It's just more timing than anything. And deep passes, as long as you can out throw the defense, like you're really not really making a read. It's like, oh, I got a favorable matchup one on one. Let me see, can I out throw the defense?
50-50 balls.
Yeah. But the intermediate passing game, that's when you can tell who the best quarterback is in the nation. You know what I mean? Like, because that's when you got to use touch. You got to know plays. You got to know what defense. You got to know how to get this ball over this person. That you got
Deal
to
with
know
pressure.
all of that to deliver this pass in this certain section of the football field. And that's where Jalen Hurts struggles. That's why I prefer Ty Simpson, because in that
Jalen Hurts or
intermediate
Jalen Milrow?
Jalen Milrow, my fault. They similar, bro. But that's where he struggled the most, bro. Is that intermediate pass game, bro? It's bad. Like it's to the point to where it's like you can just see it, bro. Like when we play somebody like Georgia, Missouri, like you could just tell, bro. Them games is finna be hell dates, bro. Like I see it right now, bro, because man, it's tough right now. Is that shit gonna be annoying, bro? Because Luther Burden, them boys some serious over there, Missouri. I've been watching them closely, bro. They some serious right there. Luther Burden scare me for sure. That's one matchup. I'm like people like George. I'm like Missouri, the one that scared me the most on that schedule, bro. For some odd reason, it's just like, and I think we go to Missouri too.
How far down in the schedule?
Yeah, Missouri a little ways down there. Let me see. Yeah, October 26th. Play them after Tennessee.
Y'all be all right.
But that's the only game I really see that's like, mm-mm.
Who's they
People say
coach now? Who's Alabama coach now?
Kalen DeBoer.
How you feel about him?
I like him. He always had a good track record, even when he was up there at Sioux Falls.
I don't doubt the pedigree and the players. I just want to see what happens when the first bit of adversity strikes for this new coach and this new regime. You know what I mean? Like, how are they going to handle the Missouris? And because when Saban was there, I don't care who was on the field. I'm counting on the Tide to come through because it's just a certain standard. You know what I mean? So I want to see how they react to that. Him, Travis, and Tech.
Yeah, Luther Burden, he gonna be a top pick this year as a receiver for sure.
Mhm.
I think that'd be good. Honestly, me myself personally, I think Alabama might win the championship this year because that's still Nick Saban team, kind of in a sense. Majority of his recruits. I think they might win it because they were just so close last year, and they arguably got better in the positions they lost at receiver and DBs. When you see these
But let
guys,
me ask you this: when Saban was there, would you see players throwing fits on the field and like did they used to do
yes
that?
sir, K Breezy. Hell yeah, my boy, my homie J Rob, homeboy, Makai Brown. That boy almost fought the coach on the sideline. It happens, bro. Like, and
Right.
players not really throwing fits like that. I mean, it happens, bro, but
I'm just
it's not
looking
as
for
bad as
small signs. I'm just
it's
looking
not.
for
It's
small signs.
people try to exaggerate it, like, oh yeah, they taking pictures after a pick and all. I'm like, bro, fuck it. It's whatever. It is what it is.
You know how
Uh,
like when you got Nick Saban in the hallways, you can walk a certain type of way.
yeah, that's true.
And you when you got a new regime in there that may not have that same tutelage, it's kind of like you slowly start slipping from that Saban way, you know?
Nah, Saban's still around on campus though. He advised him,
Mm.
so it's like he's still there. It's just like shit. He ain't your coach no more. But yeah, so
Low
it's
key,
like
niggas still might be coaching. You just like, yo, I'm gonna pass everything through to y'all.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. He ain't kind of like just
I just don't want the attention and pressure no more, and being traveling and all of that. But I'll still game plan with you, and we'll go over yours and give you
because it's
some
something he
experience.
built. Now you gotta think about it. He built the
Right,
dynasty. You don't
right.
just want to see your shit just fall like year one. Like, oh,
Well,
come on.
you build it for that reason. You build systems so you can step back and watch them run. You still have to say so, you know, once you know this stuff not going that way, but that's what you do it for.
Man, we got 8 minutes left. I just want to ask you, man. We got this game coming up Thursday, Dolphins and the Bills. Who you like?
Where is it?
Let me see. I think it might be in Hard Rock. Not sure. No, it's probably the Bills. Most likely.
I'll say off top, you know I could make a call, but I believe there's a script and a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be hard for me to see the Dolphins starting off 2-0 because I feel like they were gifted a W yesterday. Um, but I just don't see the Bills beating the Dolphins right now. You made a beautiful call with the
Yeah, they
Cardinals.
they 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 are Hard Rock.
Yeah, no, Dolphins. Dolphins.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
By the way, how did Keon Coleman do yesterday?
He did decent. He had 6 receptions for 57 yards.
Okay, so he out there. Um, I just say the Dolphins, and I mean because the Bills are more of a stout team in my mind. Like they could road grade the Dolphins to death, and then they can still do everything and more as far as a quarterback. But when you just have Waddle, A Chain, Mostert, and Hill, like I told you, we dominated them for 40 minutes yesterday, and everything changed like that. Like it is, I just can't. Until further notice, I'm not picking against the Dolphins.
I just feel like Josh Allen like kind of got their number though.
I don't give a damn. This is a new season. Josh Allen, yeah, I mean, okay. Realistically, Josh Allen is like that important. But
And it's only they got Miami. They got Miami 1.5 favorite.
excuse me, too many weapons, man. Damn, when I think about the Bills, I just think about Josh Allen. And I know they lost a whole bunch of pieces on that defense. I don't know if they had players to replace them that were like, ready for all of that, but it gets kind of complicated when you just look and you say, I got Josh Allen. Keon Coleman is the next person I think about now on the Bills.
Shit, Josh Allen had everybody looking good, bro. Shit, bro. I don't know, man.
But again, you gonna take this new look Bills team or we are who they thought they were. Like I'm taking the Dolphins. I don't know, you picking the Bills? You feeling the Bills? I could see it going either way, but I'm gonna ride with the Dolphins though.
I'm gonna continue to bet against the Dolphins. Fuck it, as long as they win. But I'm gonna bet against them. I'm going Bills. I'm
Bills.
going. I'm going Bills by 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
In Miami on a hot, humid night when it's nice, crisp, and thin in Buffalo.
It's a big ass Viking. He don't care. He don't give a fuck.
Which
He
way
was
did he
just
go? Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
yeah, yeah,
Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Throw the ball.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be surprised.
before we get up out of here, bro, I never asked you, bro. Since you are a musician,
Yeah.
how'd you feel about Rich Homie dying, bro? That was random
Oh
as fuck. He
man.
overdosed though.
Oh man. Well, if I got the floor to speak on it, I don't think he overdosed. Um, I do think this was some sort of it's some foul play, and it has something to do with this whole YSL shit show that everybody thinks is a trial. Um, but just off the conspiracy talk, like when I was told that Nipsey Hussle got taken off the scene, like I actually felt it. Like my girl came and told me, and I actually she knocking on the door, and I'm like, "What, man? What you want?" And she said, "Boy, Nipsey died." I was like, "Oh, huh?" Like it really, I felt it. I found out at work, and I ain't gonna lie, my eyes have started welling up, man. Cause I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I rode the Rich Homie all the time. Walk Through is my favorite song. It's commercial, but like it was something about Rich Homie where you knew like you would love to be around that dude or at least meet him or know him or something. Like he had that your big cousin type vibe, or just it's something about him, man. It's just lovable. You know what I mean? And it really, I felt that one. I really felt that one. He was my age, born the same month as me, the same year. You know what I mean? So just to think about that as we get older, that one really, that was crazy. That was crazy. It still is crazy, but my first thought when I heard that was, we know Young Thug gonna come home now.
Oh yeah, for sure. As I said, that's the whole
That's
thing
how they.
behind it. He was supposed to talk or
Hmm.
whatever was going on. He was supposed to some dealing with that case.
People are slower to realize it in full, but this is how this industry plays, man. It's murder by the numbers. You know what I mean? And they do weird, twisted shit. Like they raise attention, they sacrifice people in the name of, and then the people who put these people in position or offer them up, they benefit monetarily, you know, socially, whatever. But I it just don't feel right, man. It don't feel right. It don't feel right. But that one, how did you feel about it? You asked me how you feel about it. Pretty
I
sure it's
was
the same way.
Yeah, I was shocked just because Rich Homie, he never really made no music to where, when you just heard overdose. And then even then, the music he made, he was just recently on a podcast where he was talking about how he had just had a younger kid. He was like his son 15, he got another one too. So he was like, yeah, of course the music gotta change up because I don't want my kids hearing, you know, me talking crazy on wax and all of this stuff. And he was like, I want to get him a chance to, listen more, because he was just talking about evolving into the next level. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta die to be born again. And I was just like, damn, dog. And then just this came out with this. I was just like, fuck, bro. It's just like so random because I was just watching it with Cas and that, and you know what I'm saying? It was like I fuck with rappers like that grew up in my areas, like because they kind of fell off in a sense, but now they starting to catch back on with the internet and how that
Starting to
shit
find
go.
their
Because like you
footing.
said, our era was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So it's like you can see like they had to reinvent themselves. The ones that was the 1 foot out crew, they figuring it back out how to get back in, and
Hmm.
so I started seeing Rich Homie on Twitch and shit. It's like, oh shit, like, and then it's just like, oh fuck, like damn, that's random.
Before we got on, I was watching a little interview with his father, man, and key things his father said was this last past summer, for the first time ever, he was able to have all five of his kids together. And when his father said that, that's when he almost kind of broke down because he was like, I think God was, you know, trying to tell him like it was about to, or like I'm gonna bring y'all all together because the time was near. And it was also kind of ironic that I don't know if ironic is the right word, but he said they had just finished a 25 song project and they were planning videos and all this stuff. So my question is, who's gonna benefit from that now? The timing just don't make sense. The trial, the things he may or may not have said, he called this person a liar. Like the affiliation with the person is in question on trial. The things we know that happen in the industry, if he really is in some type of trouble. The fact that they started out together, one went way up and the other one kind of was like, nah, I'm good right here. Maybe I seen some stuff that you did that I ain't down with, but since I got this far, I still owe the devil something. And if I don't get with that, fuck it. It's we may never know, but if you really pay attention, you may have a chance at knowing. I just at the end of the day, if he's really gone, I mean, well, he is gone. I'm talking crazy. It's crazy. It's unbelievable, man. It's sad. That's one that I actually cared about. Whereas like a Fulio, when we heard about Fulio,
Oh yeah,
it's not
that yeah, he was
it, it's not that I didn't care, but I didn't.
like
My
what
heart
you
didn't miss a
expect,
beat. Yeah,
what
like
you
you know what I
expect,
mean.
like
It's kind of like I did care because I was like, damn, like you didn't, homie didn't get to live to turn it around or whatever positive you could pull out of that
right,
crazy ass situation. But
yeah.
it's just like it hit different, you know. I'm going to say rich homie. I was like, huh?
Especially if you saw the videotape, if that is real or how he died, Julio Fulio, you could tell that nigga was in something deeper than what
Oh yeah,
what me and you. Like, come on, bro. Like, it
yeah.
don't get you. Like Javon, like we not hood, but we know we grew up around to know.
One foot
Like,
in,
it's
one foot out.
yeah, it's levels. It's levels to that shit. When you got
Right.
niggas driving by, oh man, you deep in some you
Man,
shouldn't be deep
the
in.
dude that chopped him down, or whoever chopped him down, had done it previously the year before and used the same guns and bullets to you know what I mean? So yeah, man, whenever you're making music about who got off, that's a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level right there. They ain't even trying to lie about it or make it art no more. Like it's just like I did this and I'm shooting a video at the graveyard. Like that's ruthless.
I feel Charles, and these niggas right here need to rap about going to school. Cause
Not. It would be cool. It would be cool if for some reason they banded together and then made rap songs about all the houses they robbed from they were gentrifying their neighborhoods. Like, why not do that? Like, why not be that bold and audacious with the people who are actually threatening your existence by etching you out? I don't get
because
that part.
because
If you had to do it at all, disclaimer.
I'm just saying that's that just makes too much sense, man.
Right.
Like,
Well, on
come
that
on,
note,
like that. Why would I like? You feel me? Like, why would I just come on? What that makes too much sense. Like, why would I do that? That's how I
but you
just
know
think
what?
about this shit
You
now.
know what? Well, my heart always cries is because like this is the result of years of strategic planning and billions and trillions of dollars of advertising and marketing and social conditioning, military experimenting on MK Ultra and how the brain waves work and how you can hypnotize people. They have done a number to get us in this position, spiritually, physically, financially, educationally, like academically, I'm sorry. On every level, these people have broken this down to the smallest pieces, and they all attack them at every level. Entertainment, the foods we eat, like it's really it's sad, man. It's sad.
So I'm just a quick story if I get up out of here. The reason why I say that's funny, because I'm a program coordinator over the Moji program, and what that is, that's Swahili for unity, but it's
Mm-hmm.
for black African students of color pretty much on
Mm-hmm.
campus to get them the resources and show them what's afforded to them on campus and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Scholarships, all that different type of stuff. But anyway, we have classes, like actual classes like English, math, all of that stuff, but it also has the six practices of emoji in it, which is they say is black learning, but if you look at these practices, this is just to be a good human being in general. Like these is just six practices, no matter what race or religion you belong to. Like these are just some practices that you know what I mean, being able to talk to each other. For is porch talk. Porch talk is you engage in deep conversation, no matter what it is, and you come with a level of trying to understand, even if you agree to disagree. But the goal is to get that feeling of, when you talk about something deep, bro. Like when you come up out of that, bro, you really feel like you had a weight got lifted off your shoulder. That's a positive practice that you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Community, just reach one, teach one, different type of stuff like that. But this is still classes that we learn. They label it black learning, but the director, like the regional coordinator, she a doctor, Kiana Fox. She fired, like how she labeled it, but how she rebutted it is like, right? You don't want to call what we've been learning this whole time white education.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So why would you just call this black education when these practices is universally could help everybody? You see what I'm saying? Like this
I-
is beneficial
if
for
I
you.
had something to do with it, I would just call it a spade a spade.
Yeah,
It still takes a village to raise a child in this iPhone generation.
yeah,
So all of that stuff, porch talking, that sounds like the village.
yeah,
Like if we ain't had but $2 between all of us, we still had our
for sure.
communication. Now you got the colonizer type mindset, the capitalist type mindset, this destroying the village. You know what I mean? So, like you said, that's just simplicity is key, man. Simplicity is intelligence at its finest. Learn how to talk to one another. Make sure we talk to one another. Like, if you got two and he got none, make sure you both got one. Like it's simple mathematics, man, but that comes from an original essence, an original people. I don't like I told you, we talk about this and this is not the time and the place, but the whole black thing, like we got to get rid of that. And when you get rid of that, like you said, it would have just been human practices. But what is that saying when we have to be taught that simple stuff and it's not the village raising the child no more? The colonizer way, divide and conquer, give you an iPhone and MySpace and Facebook. Like you're just breaking down the village at a microcosm, making everybody feel like they're more than what they are. And we
For
forgot that
sure.
we're nothing without each other.
Without each other. But they said rule number one, realize you not the best thing smoking, man.
Mhm.
But everybody think they the best thing smoking.
When we were the best thing smoking, and when we
Yeah,
weren't even
we.
thinking about it. Hey, we weren't even thinking about it. We just had we. We gotta get back to that. But you know what? It's happening, bro. I'll say as much bullshit as we see it at an all-time level because it's on its last leg. It's more me and you and people who really can talk and see things on the bottom is really starting to talk more. And the talk is getting louder and we starting to find each other. We just got to make sure we continue to do our part. You keep doing what you're doing at the school. You keep doing what you're doing, all the hard work with your podcast, where we have a way to talk to the people, and it's gonna happen. The bottom
Our
gotta fall out.
podcast, brother.
Hey, I and I, like the Rosters say, I and I, So yeah, bro, yeah, bro.
Well, guess we'll see y'all Sunday morning, man. Before we put them parlays in.
Hey, you don't think we can visit them more often, man? I like sitting down talking, man.
Yeah, bro. We can visit them more often. It's up to you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
we gotta figure that out. But cause when you
know,
say Sunday, it's like, damn, it was
for like a
Sunday.
minute, huh? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that
We can we can maybe react to some. It's a lot, bro. We can do, bro.
we got
So
to do something for people like Twan, man. He rock with us all night long, man. So we appreciate that.
for sure, man. Twan, you already know, bro. Anytime you want to come up, just say the word, brother. You
Hmm.
know he good. Man, you know he over there. We fought with each other on Players Choice, Big
Oh,
Ox
okay,
Media. Like, bro,
okay.
I
Oh,
fuck
so
with them boys, bro. Tough.
yeah, he's certified. He know what to do.
Yeah. For
Okay,
sure.
that's what's up. Well, salute to you, bro. I don't know you yet, but yeah, appreciate you.
But yeah, that's my brother Koji, man. We go way back, man. Played ball.
You got
Know a
some
lot of
stories
people
to
don't
tell,
believe it,
man.
dog. We got a lot of stories, bro. Played
Uh,
ball back in my day. I got bad knees now, but tell folks, yeah, I used to play a little bit, just a little bit.
yeah, man, for sure, for sure.
Until next time, man. We out.
Yeah, man.